Welcome back to another video, my friends. Inside of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we spent $647,000. That's right, $1,000 on this one ad. I'm going to share with you the funnel, the entire process, and basically the lessons learnt along the way, such that you can take these lessons and apply it to your online advertising journey or your business journey, and not make some of the stupid, silly, same mistakes we did, and yeah, help you make way more money. So with that being said, let's dive over to my computer. Okay, so the first thing I want you to understand before we dive into the ad is that we are inside of the relationship space. We have health, wealth, and relationships. In this space, we are solving the problem of divorce, and our offer is a $12,000 program. It is a year-long mastermind where there's coaching, where there's courses, where there are experts coming in every single week, as well as we have monthly catch-ups and meetups. It is a phenomenal program that helps men in Australia overcome divorce and helps them talk to their wife, connect with their wife, become better men, get more productive, etc., etc. All right, so with that being said, I wanted to give you that context because right now we're going to dive inside of the ad account. Let's dive straight here. You can see here the total spend, $647,037.71. That's Australian dollars, by the way. So if you do the conversion, you're probably looking at about 400,000. Okay, with that being said, this ad in itself, it was bonkers. This is not the only ad we had inside of the ad campaign, but it went absolutely nuts. And I've got a few thoughts and reasons that I want to share with you, but hopefully when you take a look at it, you can actually understand why. Okay, we've got over 30,000 likes and smiles and hearts. We've got 6,000 comments. The engagement was going off through the roof. We've got 6,400 shares. And the craziest part about this, when you look at this, is that we had tons of link clicks. The CPM was extremely low on this. Okay, and the CPM's low because there's a lot of engagement. Facebook likes that. It starts to help you, Facebook, when you can create content that people like, comment, and share on. It starts to boost it further. It says, hey, you know what? I'm not going to charge you $100 to share this with 1,000 people. Here you go, Lynn. Your ads are really good. Take this ad. Create more of these ads. It's going to get people engaged. Because the whole point is, if you can create ads that get people to like, comment, and share, Facebook are going to reward you for that, which leads to $1.50 clicks. This is $1.50 Australian. That's like $1 US, right? So it's absolutely crazy. So with that being said, let's go ahead and play the ad and see what happens.
If you're a father that doesn't have control anymore, and by that I mean the family walks on eggshells, your nickname's Grumpy Dad, you've got a short temper, the missus is scared of when you're going to be triggered next because you'll blow your stack like the last time you were the volcano that erupted inside of their...
Whew! All right. So I hope you're noticing what I'm noticing, but Alex, my business partner here, goes really hard. He says, hey, if you're a dad and your family walks on eggshells, they're scared to talk to you, you're going to blow up, and your wife is calling you Grumpy Dad and all sorts of names, listen up. And the craziest part about this ad here, and I'm going to tell you, because most ads on Facebook you see are complete boring, they're image ads, they're clicky, scammy. But this guy goes straight in, it goes hard. All right, and from there it gets the attention. Now it's going to create a couple of things. It's going to bring up some emotion in people. Okay, people are going to feel defensive, they're going to feel angry, they're going to feel in agreement, they're going to be like, oh my God, this is me. So you've got a whole mixed bag of you've got an emotional roller coaster you're stirring in people on the newsfeed. And basically from here, what can happen is we can go into this is a 5-minute ad. It's not a 30-second ad. It's not an image ad that's trying to generate clicks. This ad here, the whole point of this ad, and we built this funnel specifically for one thing, which is to generate high quality appointments, cut out all the fluff, get rid of the webinars, the tricksters, and go direct. And this is exactly what happened. Inside of this ad, basically, the first thing is we call out the problem. We follow this framework. We call out the problem. Hey, if you're a triggered dad, you're a grumpy dad, your family walks on eggshells, this is for you. Listen up. Here's what you're going through, and here's what they're going through, and here's the situation. We start off with the problem, then we go into the painful situation. Okay, this is what happens if you don't change. You might go through a divorce. Your wife might be eventually banging another guy, another dude. You'll lose half of your assets, etc., etc. So we go through that inside of this, and then we have a call to action. Come and talk to us about joining our year-long program. We've got hundreds of men in there. Click the link down below and apply. Okay, so that's the basis premise. And I want to share this with you because this is so effective at being different on Facebook, creating emotion, getting engagement, getting a ton of likes and views, as well as having Facebook reward us. Okay, a lot of people, if you look at our CPMs right here, they're $16 CPMs. That's 16 Australian dollars. That's like $12 US CPMs, $1.62 on average per click. Okay, which is why this ad can scale. So the next thing I want to walk you through is once you understand the difference of this ad, being able to pull out the right person, take him out of the closet, pull them right out of the closet and say, hey, this is actually for you. We're going to stir up some emotion. I don't care what you feel. If you feel something, comment. If you want to hate, hate. If you want to love this, love this. And when you read the comments, there's a group of people that hate this and there's a group of people that love this. And the whole point is it has to be triggering. And what I mean by triggering, it's not trying to be annoying. It has to trigger an emotion. Either you love this or you hate this, and you have to be in that prolific zone when it comes to advertising. So let's dive inside of the funnel right here. The funnel in itself, we got people to directly apply to work with us. Okay, this wasn't like, opt in for something for free. When you give away free, it's like, people take free shit all the time. It doesn't mean they buy. It doesn't equate to sales. So what we do is we send them to this application page. I don't have it up here, but it's this application page here. It says, fix your marriage, connect with your children, and find business-life balance over the next 12 months. Complete the form, blah, blah, blah. And this form here, it's a survey designed to disqualify people. So if they click no, they're not a man, then they click no and say, sorry, we can't actually help you. So we talk about, are you a man? Do you have kids? Are you married right now? Because obviously there's a lot of single guys coming to us. We can't help single guys. If you don't have children, well, you're not going to connect with the guys inside of the tribe because they've got kids as well. If you are not willing to invest in coaching, well, this isn't going to be a good fit for you. If you're not a business owner, so we had a lot of things to disqualify people, okay, through this process. So unfortunately, you can't take up this call because obviously if they take up the call, you're just getting disqualified people. So the point here is that we're not trying to get as many people onto the call as possible. We're trying to get as many qualified people. Okay, so that's the thing that I want you to learn about this, is that we can use the funnel to disqualify people, because generally what happens is that you'll have people run ads for you. They'll get these really good cost per clicks, low leads, but they won't convert into sales because they're just unqualified. They don't have the money. They're not the right person, etc., etc. But here, if you can create great ads, okay, so you'll get lower CPMs, create engagement so that Facebook loves you, get people talking about it so your click costs are low. You can actually use your funnel to actually pull people across and kick off all the time wasters. And that's what we did here. So the whole premise of this was they go to this page, they complete this survey if they are qualified. And I believe 1 in 20 people were qualified. So we were disqualifying 19 people. Okay, then they can actually book a call. And if we actually go through the numbers and stats, here's what it is. Okay, on this ad, we had 30,000 likes. We spent obviously $647,000. We had over 6,000 comments, 8.4 million views. That was like the total view count there, as you can see. And so this was the spend. The spend, we had 647,000. I didn't add in the survey respondents. But we believe that approximately there were 1 in 20 people scheduled a call. So if you multiply this number by 20, you're probably going to get 60,000 people, which cost about $10 per survey respondent. This here, if I put our cost here, cost per scheduled is probably sitting around the $230. If I go back to the ad account manager, if I refresh this, we will be able to see that we were generating anywhere between 180 and 260 at scale. When we looked at numbers, it's about $230 per book call. That's how much it costs. Okay. From there, we generated 364 sales. We were able to convert. So if you do this, the amount of people that booked a call, we were able to generate 364 sales. The reasons why we were able to do that, our show up rate was 35%. So anybody that scheduled an appointment, 35% showed up, and then the close rate was 37%. Now, from the 37%, the average cash collected per call, okay, average cash, like some people would pay in a payment plan, they put down $2,000 over the course of 6 months. Some people paid in full, they paid the 12 grand up front. On average, there was a split payment, and that worked out to be $3,700 average cash. Okay, the lifetime value was $9,600 from the $12,000 offer. Some people, obviously, they go through the payment plan. That's accounted for refunds. That's accounted for payment plans not paying. But I actually think from a $12,000 offer, that is an exceptional lifetime value for this particular product. Okay, all in all, we had 2,813 people schedule their appointment from this ad. This is Australian men, by the way. In Australia, we have a population of 25 million. If you kind of break down through that, our target market for married men in this space is probably a couple of million max. So to be able to get these results are quite phenomenal. From then, the total cash collected, so this, we do 3,700 by 364. We generate 1.3 million in cash collected up front. That means a return on investment. We spent $647. We made $1.3 million back right then and there. And then the revenue coming from the lifetime value, which are the payment plans, et cetera, would have generated 3.5 million in total over the course of the year. Okay, so what does that mean? It means our return on advertising, our cash, then and there, our ability to flip money, to be able to generate a call, make money right then, was 2 to 1. Okay, it was a 2 to 1 ratio, 2 to 1x, not percentage. And our ROAS on the lifetime over the net 12 months was 5.42. Okay, so with that being said, what I want to do is kind of dive into the key lessons. I want to share something with you that I think is so critical. Okay, most people think it's about the funnel. It's not about the funnel. Okay, the funnel is really basic. Like, here's the offer, here's the thing that what they want, here's how you're going to disqualify people. But if you think about this, if I had run this ad with an image ad, okay, if I had run this exact ad with an image ad, I didn't use this ad, I ran an image ad and it had a man and a woman and it was just like, copy it, go click on this. This wouldn't have worked because most of the people that actually scheduled this appointment actually were engaging at some form of watching this whole entire VSL through start to finish. Okay, they were like nurtured, they were sold on this idea. So there's a lot of pre-selling here. It's actually not about the funnel and not about the ad. It's all about the messaging. It's all about your ability to be prolific. It's all about your ability to draw the line in the sand and actually to go, hey, I've got some courage to say what's required to say. Most people are so skeptical of watching ads that they're just like, man, like every ad I see, they're always trying to sell me on some bullshit. How can I trust this person? How can I trust him? How can I trust her? Okay. Second thing I want you to understand is you need to be able to solve a painful problem that literally keeps them up awake at night. Okay, in this particular instance, divorce is something that literally keeps men up at night. Like most of our leads actually came through from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. and we knew because they were literally fighting with their wife. So anytime you're advertising towards something, you have to think about what is the thing that's keeping them up at night. What is the thing that caught them, that triggered them or caught them in shock? And so I want you to think about this for an instance. What triggers people? If you're selling, if you're an accountant selling some sort of tax to people, you have to write, hey, is your BAS coming up? And you can kind of come up and go, hey, like, did Uncle Sam send you a tax bill? Do you have to complete your quarterly tax? Did you just get a big bill? Did you have superannuation payroll that you didn't pay for your employees? Did you get called out with this, and this? These are things that trigger them. So you come in with the response. You don't go, hey, like, do you want us to help you solve your tax? No, you start off with the problem first because it's a thing that triggers them and it pulls them in. It says, hey, that just happened to me last night. Okay, that's a key skill in understanding advertising. Once you find product market fit, you need to scale. What I would have done in the past, Nublin 10 years ago would have been like, oh yeah, this is really good. Let's see if we can lower the click cost. Let's see if we can lower the booking costs. Like, it costs $230 per schedule. I see other people getting $47, etc., etc. And I'm like, no, once we find product market fit, if we're making money, if we're getting bookings, we're making more money, then what I want to do is I want to throw as much money behind that campaign as possible, okay, and see where the breaking line is. And the reasons why I want to do this is because what you need to understand is when we were scaling this ad, the first 6 months we were kind of slow. And then once we started to push behind it, what happened was other people started copying our ads. Like, literally, you'll have like, there's companies that just start off out of nowhere. There's these little kids that want to coach men and they don't have the expertise, but they see that there's money behind this ad and they'll start to copy you. So there'll be people, putting their necks out of the woods. And what you want to do is you want to be first to market. Okay, so you have to scale vigorously because if you don't, well, basically the other people take market share. Okay, so we were able to scale vigorously. I was like, hey, Al, what we're going to do, we're going to be spending $100,000 a month. Let's go. Let's put money behind this campaign. Okay, once you find product market fit, this is a mindset issue for a lot of business owners. Why they stay stuck is because they're always trying to beat these numbers. You're always trying to get lower cost per click, lower cost per leads. But what I want you to worry about is this instant return on cash. When if you're spending $20,000 a day, can you make $40,000? That's the numbers that we were hitting. So you're spending $10,000 a day, you're making 20 back. Okay, well, why wouldn't we spend 20 to make 40? Why wouldn't we spend 60 to make 120 instead of like trying to optimize things? And if it does break, we actually pull it back. We look at the process, we see where it's broken, we try to install processes, and it's a work in progress at that moment in time. Okay, and then of course this one last thing is one ad can generate millions for your business, and you need one really good ad. Like, I see a lot of people launching a lot of crappy ads out there. They're launching ads like, oh, let's try this image ad. You're not really thinking about the ad. You're not thinking about all these things. You're not thinking about the messaging. You're not coming up with courage to be prolific inside of the marketplace. You're not finding that painful problem that keeps them up. You're literally, what's happening inside of Facebook world, which frustrates me so much, is that people are just copying other people's ads. Like, it's okay. All of our ads get copied, right? Because we are so good at creating and crafting this story. We are like the first person that goes out, we find what hits, we scale, and we get all the rewards. And that's what happens when you're good. You go out there and get the rewards. When you copy, every other competitor that copied us basically would have got all the rejects because we spent so much money, we scooped up the market, and then there's kind of like the rejects, there's kind of like the people that we didn't want. But maybe they'd be a good fit for them because maybe they didn't like Alex's approach, they needed a softer approach. They didn't need like a hard line in the sand. Okay. And the last thing, yeah, one ad can generate you millions. So instead of trying to make 100 shitty ads, what you need to start focusing on is really trying to go, hey, how do we nail this ad? Like slow down. When it comes to ad, so many people just put out bad creatives or you try to model others, and it's all good. Modeling others gets you a start. But what you have to do is you have to start thinking about scripting. You have to start being different because if you want to stand out, you literally have to stand out. You can't copy other people and then expect to stand out. That's insanity. That's like saying, hey, I want to stand out, but I want to look exactly the same as this person, but I want to be unique. You're not going to be unique by looking exactly the same as the next person behind you. Okay, so those are my key lessons. Couple of things that we did do is we made various iterations of this. In fact, inside of this campaign, we've probably spent about $2 million, not the 647. But that 2 million, based on these results, would have generated 8 million for us based on that same ROI. There's a lot more that I'm going to be sharing in regards to retargeting strategy. I'll save that for another video, but hopefully this gives you a bit of an understanding if you are in that kind of high ticket coaching space, and you're not selling a pyramid scheme. You can actually take this framework and use it. And whether or not you use it for yourself or whether or not you offer it to another person, I think it's really important that coming with more and more competition, that you have to get better and better. You can't, you can no longer just rely on making bad ads. You have to think about it this way. If I had gone back and I'd used an image ad, if I had gone back and Alex wasn't as prolific, he was really nice, it wouldn't have generated those results. And it's not so much the funnel. It's actually got to do with the message. It's got to do with product market fit. It's got to do with finding that painful problem. And it's got to do with vigorous scaling that we're able to do this. If we had not had scaled as much as we did, other competitions would have come in, ads would have been like washed out by all the other noise, right? We were the only people that were saying this at this very moment in time. Does it work today? No, because it's been washed out. So we need to find that next message that needs to work. With that being said, it did last 18 months and we had a fantastic run on it. But like I said, that is the ad. Let me know what your thoughts are inside. Comment down below with any questions that you might have. If you like this, subscribe to the channel. There's going to be plenty more where I show you behind the scenes of what we're actually really doing to grow and scale multi-million-dollar businesses online with paid advertising and funnels. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.